Dork Trek in color. I mean, Dork Court. Dork Court. Hey,
Dork Court.
it's Walker Young and me, your host, Mr. Rourke. Welcome to Fantasy Island. So apparently today's triumphant return of the golden age of Dork Court. I was thinking how that ran across that funny pic of Mark and Steve when they joined us for the top 10 best movies ever made. Do you remember that?
I do, yeah.
And then poor Steve is having some kind of laptop connectivity issue that has something to do with his work.
His work computer, yeah.
Yeah, so he has to go to Apple and have them deal with it, so work pays for it. And so he cannot join us. But although I bet he's somehow secretly watching us. Although perhaps not. It's just us. And then poor Mark, we couldn't do it last week because Mark was on a trade show. He went to some industry trade show in his area of expertise and caught the con crub. So since Steve couldn't do it, he's like, I was losing my voice anyway. I didn't really feel like talking about it anyway. I gotta go to the bathroom. See you later. And so it's just you and me. Right.
Yes.
So
just the real golden age of Dork Court, where my camera should really be like this, and I'm talking like this because I was a little baby when we started.
Sometimes I forget that it was just us talking about dumb crap.
Let me explain the MCU timeline through Loki.
And then you did like really good editing stuff where I'd say some dumb thing and then you'd be like, that was fun. Anyway, so anyway, we bring all that up to say that technically it's the it's the real golden age. It's just you and me again talking about dumb crap that we like. So
speaking of dumb crap that we like, would you like to take it away?
No, I was going to throw it to you. Did you want to?
Speaking of dumb crap that we like, we've got an very good show set up for you guys today. I think the number one thing, we woke up this morning. I woke up at like 7:30 and I walked into the living room. Daddy said, "Hey, you want to watch the Mickey 17 trailer?" So as that was the first thing we did this morning, how about that's the first thing we talk about today?
Sounds good. So we had seen the first trailer. I don't know if you were paying attention to it.
I completely didn't know.
We went to go see, I don't know. It wasn't Red One. What was the movie we saw in the theater before Red One?
The Venom movie, Venom 3.
Oh, I bet it was. I bet it was Venom 3, whatever that was. Let there be a dance last with Carnage and Venom. Yeah. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it was Carnage, where we saw it, and I said, "Hey, somebody saw the moon and thought it'd be funny if everybody shot each other or something."
Yeah,
and
I don't remember seeing the trailer there, but I very clearly remember seeing the
movie poster.
The movie poster. Yeah, that was a really good poster. I just want to say that you get a lot of information from that poster.
Yes.
Here, let me close this because people are chainsawing outside.
Oh, I thought I heard so Walker's taking over his mom's cabin there for Dork Court, and I thought you were going to say something about you're going to lock mommy out because I heard her walking around upstairs.
Yeah, she's going for a walk.
Oh, right. Jess Fewless. She has a coworker, colleague, somebody, a fellow traveler whose last name is Jessica Fewless, which I just think is like the best name ever. Like all last names are, I don't know, adjectives, descriptors, job names, stuff like that. But I like, how do you get your last name being Fewless? I think that's amazing.
You're like driving back from San Diego and
use a few
driving back from San Diego and like you don't really see the tank and like you run out of gas. So then but it's German. But it's German, so you come back and they say you're Larry is like you're Larry fuelless, but then they come back fuelless.
I didn't like anything about that story.
There are a few people. There's like maybe like one or two people in the audience here who's gonna think that's really funny.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Anyway,
Maybe. Anyway,
so that means you can talk whatever you want. You've taken over mommy's sea shed.
oh yeah, I would if this was me. If this was me, all of this red would be a nice like gray. I like it just I kind of like the gray for fog, you know. All of this would be movie posters and different collectibles and like famous people saying thank you for saving Hollywood, Walker Young, signed Jason Statham.
That's awesome. All right, so anyway,
Mickey
13.
17.
Robert Pattinson's in it, right?
Oh, it looks so good.
What tell us your idea of what the trailer told you.
Well, we watched the second and then the first trailer this morning. So I watched the second trailer first, and the second trailer was really good. Like it was just super visually interesting, but I didn't really understand a lot of it. But then when we watched the first trailer, I really understood like what was going on. Like it's really cool. Like basically the conceit of it is that in the future there are people called expendables where you go out, they clone you, and then you go out and just like from Galaxy Quest where it's like, don't open that window. You don't know if there's air out there. And they're the guys that like find out if there's air. Like one of the first scenes of the trailer is they're sitting and he goes, take a deep breath in, like you're inhaling a bunch of particles of an unknown virus, and he goes, and the scientists are like, yeah, that's it. Breathe it all in. And he goes, and then they smash cut to him in a glass box going,
puking up blood.
It was really good. It was a really good trailer.
I think, that looks great. I can't wait to see it.
But it looks very like goofy and like kind of like super future sci-fi stuff. But it looks like a comedy. But there's a lot of stuff with Mark Ruffalo and just all of this stuff because the inciting incident is that one guy doesn't die. So Mickey 17 doesn't die, but they've cloned another Mickey, so it's Mickey 18, and everyone's like debating like, oh, what happens in the case of multiples? And it's like there's going to be cool political stuff going on. I started taking American democracy for school this semester, and it's looked like a lot of what we're learning right now, just with different like cases and what are your rights, and it's just like cool because it's science fiction and not something I'm being graded on. So I'm really excited because it's just looking good. It looks like a good movie. And the movie poster is Robert Pattinson like this, sitting just kind of standing clueless in the middle, but then just like a bunch of him behind him going up like that. That like just it looks really good.
Agreed. March 5th in the US.
Coming up March 5th. We'll go that's gonna be a good one.
There was another one we saw that's not the Captain America trailer, although that's great.
A trailer today?
No, it was something that I realized was coming out soon. And it wasn't Section 31 because who cares?
No one's watching that.
Should I talk about that now or?
Section 31? Yeah, I mean, you want to.
Okay, so there was some news that came out about Skydance. I told you this, right?
Yeah.
That they ran the numbers and they basically realized that Kurtzman's tenure at doing Star Trek was ass. And that the two numbers that stood out to me personally, that was sales of merchandise was down 90%. And even if you go back to add in the J.J. Abrams ones that were fine, but just sort of not the giant, reinvigoration that they had hoped, it's still down 40%. So that means like people just want the original series and the next generation stuff, which you have to say is proved by the last season of Picard, right?
Yeah.
Where they redid all that stuff and just reanimated everybody, and we all sat there in the audience going, yes, why did it take so long to give us what everybody wanted in the first place?
Look, I'm going to say, like, if your merchandising is down, just, like, put all of the Chinese guys who are making all of them now and just put them on a payroll. And then, like, because you're gonna get all of that stuff. I don't know
What are
how
you talking about?
like the guys that you get your stuff from the suits,
Oh, I
or
see. I
is that a
see.
different thing?
Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it just sounded like vaguely racist. You know, like
Well,
just get the Chinese guys to do it, but you're
no,
speaking
I'm like
specifically
there's
about
specific Chinese guys I'm talking about.
the Mart guys
Yeah, yeah,
and their costuming.
yeah.
Yeah, no, this is all merchandise across all the boards, like
Okay,
Star
well,
Trek toothpaste and stickers and Halloween
no one's
costumes.
buying that anyway.
But to the tune of 90%, that's insane, man.
Yeah, that's like boycott.
So, well, no, it's worse than that, right? It's that people are just finding something else to do with their money because they don't care. And there's no bigger and damning indictment than that. So anyway, they started that, and one of their big reveals was that Secret Hideout, the Kurtzman guys, are actually licensing Star Trek. And so that explains the whole like 25% off, and somebody owns the movies, but somebody else owns the TV shows and all that stuff. But since there's a license, that you know what they can do? And this bit from Lower Decks. Did you watch the last bit of Lower Decks? There was this big Crisis on Infinite Earths where there was all kinds of various people showing up from various times and other characters from other shows. It was great. It was sort of a like, hey, we're going out, so here's everybody.
Was this the most recent one, not the crossover with Strange New Worlds?
No, the
Okay.
last episode of the last series, right?
Okay. Yeah.
It's the end of the show.
Yeah.
And they did this giant multiverse blowout. But one of the things was they had like an old TV Klingon morph into a movie Klingon and morph into a Discovery Klingon and then just die, right? And
Yeah.
so the idea was that these were all representatives of a different multiverse, right?
Mhm.
And so all they have to do and so that's what Skydance, the rumor allegedly recommended. I read this in like 3 different places, and once somebody told me, and the story is all mostly the same. So either
Connecting your red yarn.
it's just the rumors are all pretty much the same, depending on all the different areas. So either everybody's hearing the same thing, or
It's a good idea.
It's true.
Yeah.
And so it looks like the Discovery thing. Anyway, they're recommending that you just forget that stuff and you never have to mention again in regular Star Trek because they think just go back to the timeline that everybody cares. There's 60 years worth of Star Trek history. Like guys like John Price know it to the year of what happens, right?
Yeah.
And so if it's cohesive enough that scholars of the people are paying attention to the show and scholars of the forum can figure it out, like why are you ignoring that?
Yeah.
It makes everyone who cares think you don't get it, and new people don't care because what's this based on? Nothing, right?
Yeah.
So they think let Star Trek sit for 5 years and then just start back in the TNG timeline.
Give me 5 years. Just let me work 5 years.
Let's work it out. You'll be out of film school by then. You'll be ready to walk.
Yeah, I got it.
You know what's good.
Crawl into Star Trek,
So that brings me into the stuff for Section 31 that's coming out tomorrow. Lots of people have seen it already. All my PR guys, Zaki Hassan for the SF Chronicle and Troy Brownstein for Saturday Evening Post. Everybody's seen it and says it's horrible. But remember, I was telling you, the guy in the Iron Man suit, the fake Iron Man suit that looks like it's made out of RPF yoga mats, said, "Oh yeah, nobody's gonna like this. It's not the Star Trek fans want." And like when people are working on it, say that, like what?
Like especially the actors. Especially the actors who have to live it for however long the shoot is, like you're living it, and then like that's probably pretty like demoralizing. Like if you're like an actor who works your way like watching Star Trek and being like, yeah, I love Star Trek, and then you're like, finally I get to be on a Star Trek show, and then it's like, yeah, this isn't the Star Trek the fans want. Just must be so like demoralizing for everyone.
Yeah. Hey, can you talk about something? I'm gonna bump my Facebook and say, "Hey guys, we're doing this now."
Okay, are we on Zet? That's crazy. All right, so let's see. What do I want to talk about? All right, let's see. So I've been collecting cards. I started a while ago. It started with DC Hero, which
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of sad they're going out of business, but they're not going out of business, but they're losing the DC license, which is how I got into them with all of their like Batman stuff was really cool. So they're losing the DC license, which kind of sucks, but I mean they didn't really have like the most amazing cards. Like they weren't on par with Upper Deck. They were a little lower, but they're still really good. I enjoyed collecting them. I enjoyed the people who worked there. I saw them at San Diego. They're such like super nice people.
For a couple years, right?
Yeah, for a couple of years. They were really cool. But they're going out of business. Or not, you know what I mean. And so they're doing a 90% off sale. And so I got some cards that I've been looking at it, but I was just like, oh, it was a little expensive for what I'm willing to spend on them. And then they're like, yeah, 90%, and I turned like $100 into 10. So that was really cool.
That math checks out, literally.
Yeah. Statistics, 100 times 0.9, 10. But yeah, so they're really cool, and I got some stuff, and I'm gonna be very happy when it arrives.
So talk about the DC renditions thing and what happened in our last pack, because that's kind of cool.
So
if you explain what these collectible card things are.
So Upper Deck was the another company I mentioned that they do a bunch of trading cards, but they own the Marvel license. So they've been doing Marvel cards for whoever knows how long. And they're really cool. I started collecting some of them with Marvel Beginnings, and then like Spider-Man Metal. And so the last like big set that they were doing was Spider-Man renditions, which is basically it's like a bunch of original art. You good? What's going on?
Yeah, I was scratching my head. My hat fell off.
Oh, okay.
And then it made me laugh.
Yeah. So it's just it's all original art. It's really cool. I super like it's cool. And so last night I open a pack kind of like almost every day, just because I have a list of things that I try and get done to like, and then I reward myself opening up a pack. And so I've got a cool variety of cards from the pack. I got some. They introduced new corner boxes, which was pretty cool. Corner box cards, some cool serial numbered cards. I got a original sketch of Rhino, which was really cool. And so I thought that was going to be the best, like original sketch. I
didn't think you were gonna. I didn't think you were gonna beat.
I didn't think I was going to top that either.
That was amazing.
But last night, like I'd come off of a really good day. Like I took a shower, I was feeling good. I beat Daddy in cribbage by like 17, and it was great. and so I opened up a pack, and the way they do it is there are 2 base cards in the front, 2 base cards in the back, and then 3 inserts in the middle. So I take the 2 base cards from the back and put them in the front. So I go 4 base cards and then the 3 inserts. But so last night I was gonna do my trick, but I picked up 1 base card. I picked up 1 base card, and then I felt the other one. I was like, this feels a little weird. This doesn't feel like another base card. Like I'm not gonna touch it because something's going on. So I look at it and I take out. I'm looking. I'm like, oh, cool. I got an Agent Venom, which is my favorite Marvel character, on the front. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I take out the other one. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I take out the 3rd one from the back. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I see and then I see the 2 inserts, and I'm like, well, that one's cool. That one's cool. But I'm like, it's one off. Like I'm missing a base insert, or I'm missing a base card. Like I only got 3 when I usually get 4. That's weird. And I've already got all of the good ones. Like I got a variant cover a hero insert and a corner box, which is kind of like what you get per pack. I was like, but there's another card back here. Like, I wonder, like, what is that? And I reveal it to myself, and
This
it's
story's taking longer than it actually took to
yeah, I know,
happen in real time.
I know. There's a lot of context I don't have to give to do it in real time. But so I open it up, and it's like this cool kind of metal card, and it's got Spider Noir on it, and I'm like, whoa, that's really cool. And I'm like, I don't really know what this is, but this is awesome. And I flip it around, big letters on the back, 1 of 1. Already, I'm excited. And it says, this is a cyan printing plate used in the creation of this pack. Congratulations on receiving this from the blah 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 blah. And I was like, no way. I started like, I got like this giant shot of adrenaline. It was really cool because I did the math, and it turned out that that's a chase hit, meaning that's there are 12 packs per box and 12 boxes per case, so it's a case hit, meaning that was a 1 in 144 chances of getting that, and like that's bunched in with a bunch of other serialized cards, so there's a little more, like there's like a little higher chance, like, well, not higher chance.
Yeah, no, it was
Like
it was one kind of a thing that has a chance of 1 in 44, but each one of those things is unique. So you figured it was something, you added another 0, right? It was like 1 in
something like
14,400 for all
that's
the different things.
that was just my
Looking for that particular one, right?
Yeah.
So
Like,
anyway,
for
that
a
was cool. That was cool. It was fun.
It was super cool.
Just as you were telling, oh, look at Shivers. That's so funny. Let the kid tell the story. Yeah, I know. I'm bad about that. I was just making fun of him. The thing that's cool about that, though, is that you really it made me think as you were telling that story that all the cool stuff that happens like right where we do that, like that's where you found out you had got accepted into Chapman.
That's where I pulled
like,
the Magneto.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Anyway, I like our kitchen table.
Our kitchen table's cool.
Lots of cool stuff happens.
They should make a movie about just like the point of view of like from a kitchen table, or maybe like a living room, and like the camera doesn't move, and it's like time goes by.
I'm sure that's what that Zemeckis film with Tom Hanks is.
Yeah, that was what I was making a joke
How
about.
have we not seen that yet? That seems like a movie mommy would like.
Because I don't feel like crying today.
Or if we do, it's somebody getting killed in Landman, right?
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about how Landman is the best show ever made now?
Yeah. So we're watching Taylor Sheridan. Is a great writer. We started watching Yellowstone over the summer, and it was really good. It took us from like July to when I started school, so that was really fun because we were like, we got to finish this show before I go to school because I don't know when I'm going to get to watch it again. So yeah, that was really cool, and it was such a fun, like it was a good show. And then we saw that he was doing a new show called Landman, and we're like, oh, this is also by Taylor Sheridan and kind of in the same vein. So we can't wait to see this. And so we started
watching. Right? We went Billy Bob Thornton, John Hamm, Demi Moore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Michael Pena for an episode.
Well, yeah, I didn't know that because they didn't play it up in the beginning. But
no, they didn't play it up. But
once the ads came out, we were like, Michael Pena's in this show?
Yeah.
Which he pulled a Bucky Barnes and like, I'm dying up here. I told you that the other day.
Yeah.
That like you think, what? Sebastian Shaw's in the show? No, he's not. He dies at the end.
Yeah.
Michael Pena is in the show? No, he just got blown up with extreme severity.
But it's really cool because everyone like knows Michael Pena from some other work, like Ant-Man and all of that stuff. But so you think
I always think of him as being one of the astronauts in The Martian.
Yeah.
And he's got lots of soldier credits.
Oh, yeah.
He's always playing the wisecracking Hispanic guy in the squad, you know?
Yeah. But it was cool because you're like, when he gets blown up. Like, you kind of feel it. You're like, this guy I know from all this other stuff is going to be in the show. I thought he was. And so you feel a lot of what the characters are feeling. So it's really cool. I actually feel like I'm a little more sad than some of the characters in the show that he got blown up.
Well, because we have all this positive association with him.
Yeah.
Anyway, we like Taylor Sheridan, right? He knows. He knows how to set up the soap operas.
Speaking of numbers from that Skydance took of Paramount, it said that Taylor Sheridan had something like people were getting Paramount just to watch Taylor Sheridan shows, which I thought that was pretty cool.
That was a really interesting stat out of that.
That's what I'm trying to be.
The people were the only reason to get Paramount Plus was Taylor Sheridan shows and not Star Trek.
Yeah,
like Star Trek was actually
kind of hurting their numbers.
A ding against it, right? Hurting the Paramount streaming brand.
I think.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. That's what I was trying to think of Pena in Battle Los Angeles. Of course, I could go for a Battle Los Angeles sequel too.
That's the one where they ended reloading the bullets, right?
Yeah, we've already had breakfast. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Just another day, right?
It just opens on them shooting more guys because you end loading, open shooting on this.
Anyway,
I don't know. Yeah,
I'm not sure that needs a sequel. I mean, I like the characters and stuff, but it's like if you're gonna give me a big aliens have taken over the Earth and there's a battle for mankind's existence sequel, I want another Edge of Tomorrow movie.
That's the not Edge of Tomorrow. Sorry, but going back to Battle Los Angeles, that's the one where they killed the cameraman, right?
What?
Which one did they kill the cameraman? There's some like futuristic one where they're walking around and it's like a what do you call it? It's all POV shots, found footage. It's like a found footage thing, and then like 3/4 in, like the cameraman gets shot and he falls, and that's the only time you see his face. Or am I making
in a
that
sci-fi thing?
I think so. It might have been just a soldier thing, but I think it was.
I mean, there's a movie called A4 Charlie Mopic that's a Vietnam thing, and it's not found footage; it's a narrative. But the camera shooting it, the cameraman is a character, and he's talking to the soldiers, and they're talking to the camera, and then the end of the movie is he gets shot, and I think I think we've just talked about that so much that you're confusing it with something cooler.
I think we were talking about it. We were talking about it while we were watching Battle Los Angeles.
Oh, maybe
so they just went in my head at the same time because that was. I think we watched that. Did we watch that during coronavirus when we were talking about movies?
Probably.
Or no, I think it was when I was watching like that time I was at the Sacred Heart movie camp. I came home one summer day and we just sat down and watched that and we're talking about movies.
Yeah, probably. That sounds like something we would do, right?
Yeah. See, we credit coronavirus, but we were talking about movies long before that.
That's true, but I mean the 2 years of
that didn't hurt.
That was our job.
First movie was written in 4th grade.
Is that true?
Everyone forgets about Nerf 4. Everyone forgets about Nerf 4.
Oh, that's right. Nerf 4 and it wasn't even called that at first. It was called Versus, right?
Versus, yeah. Everyone forgets about Versus.
I don't.
And you know what's crazy? The bad guys were LOL students.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, because they were high school kids who jumped the fence and started messing with the.
That's pretty funny.
Kids. Yeah, it's really good. No one believes me, but
I didn't really pay attention until you did that community one because that was good.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. I do things a little differently in the story now, but I do things differently.
But I mean, you were fucking 12, man. That was crazy. Yeah. That was insane. You nailed all the characters. Got Act 1, Act 2, progressive, complicated. It was insane.
I don't know if I could do that movie now because I was really tuned into the characters back then.
You'd probably get back in the saddle if they hired you.
I mean, that if Community was like, "Hey, Walker, we hack your We had some.
The
like,
Russo brothers are off doing Marvel movies. They're
Yeah.
not going to do Star Trek for another 5 years. Please save Community from us. Dan Harmon's up his own ass. And you'll be like, all right, I need John Goodman and Sydney Sweeney, some Fritos, and
I know 100%. It's because like I think people are forgetting that Community, like it's about the characters, but like the situations that they get into. So I think the reason that season 5 and 6 didn't work was because you didn't have the characters. Like you could put them anywhere. But if you ask me, I'd just do another paintball movie.
Hey, check this out. Mr. Shivers has just started mainlining Slow Horses. So you have something to say about that, don't you?
I really like Slow Horses.
First, congratulations.
Oh,
Welcome the Shivers family to the Slow Horses fan club. We love that show.
Yeah, it was really good. I really like I like when we're talking about what shows we should watch, like I'm not like on paper, I'm not a big fan of like spy shows. Like I like The Winter Soldier because there's some spy stuff. Hold on, there's some spy stuff, but it's a superhero.
Matt told me I have to let you talk, so I didn't say anything.
but like we just watched Day of the Jackal, which was amazing. Like James Bond is really good. Every James Bond movie I've seen is really good.
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible is some of my favorite movies. 4 is definitely up there. It's in my top 10. And we're watching Slow Horses. And so, okay, maybe not spy stuff, but like the street level detective stuff, I'm always a little iffy on, which is what Slow Horses I thought it was. But it's like street level detectives working up here. So it's really cool because they all have the knowledge to work up here, but they've been placed down here. You know what I mean?
I do.
And it's really good. I like how at every point you always think something like they're like working down here and they always work way above their station up here. What season is it on? It's on something like season 5. Whatever the current season is now, the season before the current season, I think was the best.
Okay. The thing I like about it isn't so much that, it's that because they're all disgraced. They were all the reason they have those top of the line skills is because they were all top of the line agents at one point. But through some disappointment or miscalculation or bad luck or whatever,
addicts,
they're all just fucked. And so then they're broken people, which is great, right?
Yeah.
And just Gary Oldman is just fantastic as like he's the ultimate original, like I just don't give a shit guy.
Yeah.
So of course that's who you want in charge of all the like waste products. But then when the shit goes down, man, there's a reason they were all top of the line agents at one point, right? So everybody has these like doomed redemption arcs, which is just great. You know, they're like, oh, this guy knows it's helpless, but he's gonna redeem his entire fucked up career saving this one guy because he can.
Yeah.
You know, so like who doesn't love that stuff?
So good.
I don't know. Day of the Jackal kind of reminded me of that Slow Horses tune.
All right.
Tone.
Can I make my argument? So Day of the Jackal really opened.
Wait, before you, because Matt's saying this stuff. Before you get into that, can I just say I saw Matt made you when you were a kid a full-sized Lego lightsaber thing, and I saw somebody made a Lego parts, a full-size lightsaber one out of regular size lightsaber parts, where you could pull it off the top and it shows the kyber crystal. But every time I see that thing, I always think of Matt. So thanks, Matt.
I saw a guy with a prosthetic hand that tricked it out and 3D printed a Lego thing and a full Lego sword, and he could put the Lego sword in his Lego prosthetic hand and walk around with it.
Nice.
I thought that was cool.
Lego, huh?
Yeah.
We love Lego.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, so go ahead. Tell us your
watching watching Day of the Jackal was like,
Oh, okay, Jackal.
he's just killing people, straight up murder all the time, random people, just innocent people, and it's like, come on, man, like it makes it hard to root for the character. Like Day of the Jackal was what started me on it, and then we watched Operation Fortune, and Jason Statham is walking around just killing everybody, and I'm just like, hey, can we like not shoot the guy that cut you off in a show? Like I feel like I'm the generation that everyone is talking about, like, oh, video games are desensitizing everyone to violence, and violent movies are rotting their brains and making them think violence is okay. And I kind of disagree, because now we've jumped the shark.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't think that jaywalker needed to be tortured,
So there's a lot going on there. I don't. Who was you? So you said Day of the Jackal guy was shooting everybody. What was the other one?
Operation Fortune.
Oh, right, Statham was shooting everybody. The Day of the Jackal, though, I mean, they weren't in it. They went out of their way to show you they weren't innocent people. Even people that were like just crossing his path and having the bad luck, like that old couple in the RV.
Okay.
If they had just left him alone, they could have walked. It would have been fine. But
Yeah.
she fucking stabbed him. So
Yeah.
what do you want? I don't know. I don't think he was without sin, right? But I also think they went out of their way to make the people he killed be obvious dickheads.
What about the boat guy? He's on the boat, and the boat guy's like, I don't care why you're here. And then he goes, oh, really?
That's why
they
made an effort to make that guy look like a dick.
Well, he's a dick in general, but he wasn't a dick to him.
Right.
Like,
obviously, it's not worth getting your throat slit, but they didn't have to do that either. They could have made him a happy guy and like had his kid on board and stuff, and then have him kill everybody. And then that makes you think one way, right? But if he's like, hey, fuck you, I don't care, you're a dickhead, go to hell, then all right, he got his throat slit. That's what you get for being an asshole.
I mean, I know a lot of guys who act like that, and they're like great guys. So I kind of like, I'm like, hey, well, don't like slit the throat of my dad, who kind of talks like that sometimes.
Don't you see there's two different things you're conflating there, right?
No, I know.
I'm not saying that somebody who said that deserved to get killed. I'm saying that the screenwriters, that guy has to go, right? Because he has to cover his tracks. So they don't make the main character heartless. They're like, they make you just go, if you think about it at all, well, yeah, he kind of deserves that because he was an asshole.
Yeah.
It's Hollywood logic.
Yeah.
You'll see. Anyway.
Who wants to go to Hollywood? I'm not moving to Burbank.
Does that mean I have to? Because
no,
you're going to Orange?
It's too hot.
Too hot, yeah.
Look, I'm coming back every time I get the chance.
All right, so we're sort of winding down. What's on? It's LANDMAN tonight. We watching that?
I could go for some LANDMAN, yeah.
Do we want to tell everybody our secret chilling thing out?
Secret chilling thing out.
He said you're not moving to Burbank. Our secret show for chilling out after some high intense thing. We watch Pete Nelson's Treehouse Masters. Yeah, and they're on like season 75 now, 76. We're on our third clone of Pete now.
Yeah.
All of his grandchildren have married each other.
Pete's like fallen off ladders a few times. Every time his son doesn't come in for a show and like he shows up the next time, it's because like he fell off on a work site and they like had time to reclone him.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, like it's fun. We always watch like those shows where it's like building houses, or we're gonna look for houses for the wealthy like Texans who want to live on.
What was that one that took place in Newfoundland?
Oh yeah. I know exactly which one you're talking
that
about.
One.
But I know
I loved watching that one because it's like they have all the challenges and stuff of your regular building show. Plus, it's 32 degrees below zero, and
Yeah, you're like
everything's frozen.
Like you said, it's all the challenges of your normal building show, and I'm like, well, kind of not. There was that one episode they had to deal with the avalanche while they were putting the frame up. That doesn't really happen to the main cabin masters.
Well, that's because I hadn't finished my sentence yet.
No.
That's your mother's side of the thing. I have something to say about what you're half done saying.
You're taking a sip of water, man.
Anyway, yeah, someday you're gonna let us watch the end of Skeleton Crew, right?
I was gonna say when I got home we should do it today, but then you said Mark and Steve weren't doing it, and I was like, God, it gives us another week. So
Matt, he's taking it sleazy. We're gonna go have dinner too. Thanks for checking in, man. That was a blast. Say hi to Sarah and your kids, and yeah, stay out of trouble. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
We should probably close it up too.
Let's head out. I want to play some.
Maybe there's time. Yeah, maybe there's time to watch the end of Skeleton Crew. I don't know. All right. Thanks, everybody. What's our old catchphrase from the old days? Do you remember?
Always be you. Always. No, what is it?
That was extreme hot dog.
Yeah.
Always be.
You got this.
Always be hot dog, right?
Yeah.
Always be you. Always be something.
Extreme.
No, that wasn't. We would be all like, remember we would point and go, the first Dork courts? It was something like, stay out of trouble, or like, don't put your lips on that. Or,
wait. I gotta look this up.
Look? That's
I gotta look this up.
Oh, hey, Justin said Night Agent Season 2's out. So
is it really? Oh,
yeah, we gotta watch that. We really like that first.
That was a really good show. It kind of reminded me of like Jack Reacher Light.
Oh yeah, you know I just like that like here's a phone that you have to answer, an old school phone, and if somebody's in trouble, that's how you get them out. The like most crazy old school way possible. But that's the safe way because nobody tracks that shit anymore.
Yeah.
The battle to the siege of Mandalore.
Oh no. Yeah, what do we say? Okay. Right at the end.
Was it up?
I mean, don't make people watch the whole thing. What do we just say at the end? Right at the end, we would be like, and something. It's been like 5 or 6 years. I don't. So
it has 4 years ago is when this one was.
4 years ago. Crazy.
Wait.
Don't watch the episode. Spoiler warning.
Hold on, here it is.
Anyway.
Hey, I missed that shirt.
And there's a lot of stuff going on. Hope this made you laugh a little and took your mind off what's going on.
Yeah, so Knives Out.
Good luck, everybody.
Aww.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. All right, you want to do it?